pure and true. Sing it, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing.
Good morning, everyone. Aloha and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. My name is Michelle May and I'm a practitioner intern on the Board of Trustees. And I have the honor to share of everything we've got going on because we are a vibrant, thriving, busy center. And we just invite all of you to just join us. It's great. It's a great community. It's a great way to take this philosophy out of Sunday into our lives. And first off, we want to thank all of you for those who have signed. We have the volunteer sheets out back, and we've had them for several weeks. We want to thank you for those of you who are wanting to contribute of your time and your talents, and we'll be getting to you. We have not forgotten you. We will be getting to you towards the end of the month, but the sheets are out back there. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, you can check out that table. It's just ways to be able to participate and share your gifts here at the center. And certainly, there's plenty of us that you can ask that answer questions. So thank you for all of that. This coming Wednesday, we have Spiritual Living Circles with Anna Myers up in Princeville. That's Wednesday from 3 to 4. And then on Tuesday evening, we have The Science of Getting Rich. Let me say that again to have a bit more of a reaction. Science of Getting Rich. Thank you. That's our New Thought meet and greet for this month. It's Wallace Wattles. He's the unknown mystic, and yet we all know him from his work with the law of attraction, and he is who inspired Rhonda for The Secret. So Rhonda made it very mainstream but she got it from someone else, and guess where Wallace Wattles got it from? Everywhere else. I know, I'm not going to say that name too many times quickly. So come meet Wallace Wattles. It'll be 6:30 to 8, and it's going to be Reverend Patrick that's going to be doing this meet and greet. Yay! Yeah! I love it. And then Friday is the end of July. We have our spiritual cinema. This movie is going to be probably one of the most unique movies that we have shared here. It's called Miracle by Darren Brown. Fact or fiction, it's just a very different style of film that we've ever shown here. He is someone that you think he might be doing magic, but is he? He really shows the power of our consciousness and how what we think truly makes our experiences. And he does it with a live audience type of feel, with really practical things, mostly practical things. You'll see. Some of the things you actually won't believe your eyes. You'll be wondering if they're real or not. So we invite you to join us for that, probably one of the most unique Miracle with Darren Brown. And of course, there's always popcorn. And then you're invited to join afterwards where we have a lively discussion about what we have just witnessed and what we've seen. And then coming in August, we have a really great new series for, I was going to say a show. It's not a show. It's kind of a show, I guess, for a class that's going to be with Dr. Reverend Peggy. She's going to be teaching a 4-week class here that's called Jesus for the New Thought Thinker. And it's going to be 4 series, 4 Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to noon. So this is also something different where we're going to be having it during the day. You'll learn more. Dr. Reverend Peggy will come up next week to share more about her class and what she intends to teach us and share with us. All right, well, that is all. Enjoy your service. I'd like to introduce Reverend Patrick and Reverend Rita.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle, and welcome home.
You made all that stuff sound so exciting, and it is.
You did. I couldn't wait to see it, and I already have. Wow.
Okay, so let's just take a deep breath and settle our attention here and now, and get ready for the lighting of our peace candle that we do every Sunday to settle into the moment and to recognize that what we call peace is within each and one of us. Right in the center of our hearts, there is that true peace. And as we recognize it and identify with it and know that it is what is our true nature, and resonate with that, we have the opportunity to see the world that way. And as we perceive the world, it does change. Let's take a moment for peace. And so, as we center in that place of peace, I know and claim that we are vibrating at the frequency of the divine, which is peace. Knowing that that is what we bring to this world, to ourselves, to our lives, rippling it out into experience, into manifestation, all around us. It's guaranteed. I know that, and I claim it, and I accept it, and I allow it to be so as we affirm. And so it is. So beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for that. I know it does make a difference. And the more we can do it, the bigger difference it makes. And the more consistent difference it makes. So, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. If you just walked in and you don't know who we are, I'm Reverend Rita.
You'll soon find out.
I don't know if I know who I am. We're reinventing ourselves today. Today is all about creating new avatars for ourselves. Anyway, so yeah, I'm Reverend Rita. This is Reverend Patrick, and this is Maria Christina, the beautiful Maria Christina, and Luis over there was on the drums. Thank you for that. And so here we are. We're in a Center for Spiritual Living where we practice the science of mind and spirit. You know, it's so simple. Ernest Holmes, who's the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit, who put a whole bunch of different teachings together with one thing in mind, and that basically is that the divine expresses itself everywhere. It's so simple. Sometimes he says we make a riddle out of a complexity, a riddle out of simplicity, and try to make it more than it is. And it's simple. It's just sometimes it's hard to practice it. So that's why we come here and why we work on it and why we have fun working on it. That's the biggest thing, of being able to see the world that way. because we know scientifically too that as we perceive things is the way they appear. So we have to just start perceiving them in a different way, in a more positive way. And so we work on that here each Sunday and during the week in our classes. So thank you for being here.
I think the biggest word that stuck with me today was the word consistency. That's the key. It doesn't mean that you get to know more and more truth as the days and the moments go forth, but how nice to consistently remind ourselves daily about who we are and what we're capable of because of who we are. So consistency, I like it better. I've been using practice so much, so I think we'll go into consistency. Let's be consistent. Change the words up. So, who is here for the very first time? I see a couple people. There you go. There you go. Oh, William. William's here for the very first time because he's got this whole science of mind down. You know what that means? Every moment is a new moment.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So he has been entering for the first time every time since he has been a part of this wonderful community. Finally, we address it, William.
That's good. That's good.
The good news is that we do know something, the people that came today for the first time. We have a little information about you that we were told, and we'd like to share it with everyone. I'm sure you don't mind, even though you're new. So shall we tell them what we know about him? Okay, and William, of course, first time here. Shall we? And you are magnificent. Oh, yes, you are.
Magnificent.
And I bet you wonder how we know that, because I can see that's going through your mind. How do they know? How did they know? Well, they know because we know that what? About ourselves. So shall we all say it together? I am magnificent. Now, right behind you, does it get any better? Yes. Behind you, there's a gentleman there. Yeah, that's
Who's
Rob
working
Jones.
with a new computer.
New computer.
Yay!
So that all of you out there that are going, oh, it dropped out again. Oh, no. Guess what? We're done with that. It's over. We are running full speed ahead. So they're watching. I know Michael and Carrie have been watching for a long time, those that remember them from our musical days here and all their wonderful stuff. But a lot of people tune in, not only on the mainland, but also right here on the island, because they didn't want to drive here this morning. Hi. Okay, so let's let them know who they are, shall we? You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right, someone. Let them know fast, because it's important. You are. Oh my God.
How did you end up front?
All right, shall we stand on our magnificent feet and have our opening song with Maria, Christina, and Luis? And we can move, you do whatever you want. This is a family of freedom here.
Remember just who you are, oh remember. You're a being of the stars, oh remember. The wisdom within, oh remember.
I would go to the end of your program.
Go to the end of your program, it's there.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Keep going.
We can do
You are
away.
worth, oh remember.
We're reinventing
All that
ourselves.
you know, remember. Seeds take time to grow. Remember, remember all that you are. Remember, remember, remember the power of love.
This is what I know in this moment, that life is juicy, my friends. And we are just remembering and not remembering, because it doesn't matter, because we are right here, right now, filled up with absolute spirit and laughter and love and joy and power. So it doesn't matter how it goes in life, because life is what? It's spontaneous. It's not just, so throw out the programs of your life, my friends, and just allow yourselves to just live fully and freely in this moment called now. Yeah. Doesn't that feel good? Can I hear yes? I know it does. So we just continue this wonderful, glorious celebration of truth, this celebration of Ohana, this celebration of life, and we laugh through it, we cry through it. We are so excited about this thing called life, and we have come together individually, but yes, as one with that divine, and I say yes to it all. So we release it, we get out of the way, and we let spontaneity have its way with us. As together we say, and so it is. Woo!
Remember just who you are, oh remember you're a being of the stars, oh remember the wisdom within, oh remember all the joy you can bring, oh remember we can have peace on earth, oh remember all that you are worth, oh remember all that you know, remember seas take time to grow, remember all that you are, remember the power of love, the power of love.
Beautiful. As you're settling into your seats, if you just joined us, I'm Michelle May. I'm a practitioner intern, and I'll be guiding you into your meditation. A few minutes of just going within, of letting go of everything that came before right now. So as you settle into your seats, I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Leave them open if that feels comfortable. But just know you are safe and solid and supported. As we take a deep breath together, and just let everything go. I have a seed thought from Emerson, if you choose to take it in. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. As we take a breath in this moment, knowing that this inner space is always available to us, always safe and full of love, knowing that right here in this moment is exactly where God is, where there is only one mind, one love, one creative source, always, everywhere, all the time. There is truly not a spot where God is not. Permeates everything, everywhere. And that is why I know that this same creative energy has created me as an individualized expression of this divine. And so I know this for each and every one of us in this room, watching online, on this island, and in this universe. We are all expressions of God right here and right now. And that is why I just know and acknowledge and recognize that we get to decide how we want to show up in our relationships. The harmony, the love that we bring into our relationships comes from within. The relationships we have with ourselves. We get to decide and choose. We show up and choose as we wish with everything that we have in our creative expressions, knowing that we are guided and ever moving forward in this God lovingness. And that in our health, there is perfect health. And we choose the thoughts and the support that bring that in this moment. And knowing that this is the same in all areas of our lives, including our vocation and finances, that we choose the perspective, we decide how we want to be and how we want to live in this life from moment to moment to moment. For we are already perfect. We just show up authentically, revealing our true natures, showing our light and sharing our light. And when we do, it changes our lives and the world. And I am knowing that this is all in this moment. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the knowledge, the guidance, the time, the choices, and the decisions. I'm grateful for it all, and I release it into a law that has already said yes. For it is perfect already. I release it and get out of the way of how it happens, just knowing that it's already happened. As together we affirm it. And so it is.
Your chants in your program.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Maria.
I am flying. I gotta land for a minute. That was beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everyone. I feel there's a lot of vibrating joy in this room today. I felt it at the Healing Circle, too. It makes me very emotional. Something's happening. And you know what it is? It's us. It is. It's the divine expressing through us in the most beautiful way. And thank you. Thank you. So I picked this topic, choose your avatar. I don't even have an avatar. I have an emoji. But I guess that's not the same thing, or maybe it is, I don't know. But yeah, so Patrick's like, what does that mean? And, we're going through this thing all week long about it. But I don't know. To me, well, you'll see as I'm talking. But yeah, does anybody else have an emoji, though? Okay. Does anybody have an avatar, like plays online games and has avatar? Okay, they have avatars too. So I think they're similar in a way, but the thing with the emoji that it's such a frustrating thing, because when I tried to create a new emoji lately, and I'm trying to make it look like myself, and I just can't. Maybe it's just because, I see myself in a different way. So, do I really want to give her that many lines? Et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, but that's kind of like creating things from the outside in anyway. But I'm thinking of this whole idea in a different way. And I brought my Science of Mind up here. It's not a Bible. It's a Science of Mind. And if it was a Bible, that would be okay too. But anyway, Ernest Holmes uses this term personality. And I'm going to read to you directly from the text, because this is what I kind of want to talk about. It's that which constitutes distinction of person. Personality is the result of man's experience. It's the sum total of all he has or she has said, done, felt, thought, hoped for, and believed in. It is the result of his or her reactions to the events of his life. Factors to be considered in the development of a personality are heredity, race suggestion, environment, child training, education, autosuggestion, and indeed anything and everything that impinges upon our consciousness. Therefore, we are what we are largely because of the nature of our accumulated consciousness. It makes so much sense. Personality is the objective evidence of individuality. Our personality is the use we make of our divine individuality. Tell me this makes sense. It's a lot of words, right? But basically all it's saying is that we have a divine individuality that's basically, it's inherent and it's innate in it. It's who and what we are. It's our true avatar. That's who we are. But because of all the experiences we've had and the places and things that we've done and the way we've looked at the world and the things people have said to us, we've created a personality based on that. And so we wonder sometimes why it takes us so long to get something or so long to understand something, or we say, oh, well, we're divine. Why can't we just live that way? Well, it's because of all this other stuff. So he goes on to say, our personality is the use we make of our divine individuality. And then he says, just as a fine architect uses only the best materials and plans most carefully how to construct his building, so should we, in building our personality, choose most carefully the kind of materials we wish to use. Each one holds according to the pattern of his own desires. So in God, do we do that? Do we really carefully choose the materials we're going to use to build our life? I know I haven't always done that. I've gone according to what people told me or what I thought I should do with my life and all of that because I love each one builds according to the pattern of his own desires. So we have desires. And the question is, what are we basing those desires on? Are we really basing them on our true divine self, the things that we've always wanted to create? I had this horrible, I don't know if it was a dream or what it was. I think it was just a thought. I was just telling Patrick that I was running around and I didn't have a lot of time left on Earth. And I was running around trying to do all the things I said I was going to do, like write a book. And I didn't, I might have had a few days left. And I was like, I was running around going, oh my God, I didn't write that book. Oh my God, oh my God. And I was like, and I'm like, why didn't I just do it? Why did I wait until it was too late? So I think that we've been sold a lot of, I only can think of a cuss word right now, so I won't say it because I'm not allowed to do that. But we've been sold a lot of lies, all right, about what we can do and what we can't do. And I love the idea that we have this divine individuality, this divine person that's here that we can start to build our life from. And I'm in the process of doing that right now. I'm in the process of reinventing myself. I no longer want to cling on to emotions that don't serve me. I still do it. I find myself doing it every moment sometimes, clinging on to an emotion that I said I wasn't going to cling on to. Whether it's a judgmental emotion or a worry emotion and these things that just don't make any sense anymore. They don't, and yet they're patterns because we were talking about this in this amazing class we had the other night, which I thought it was great. I learned so much in it, the mental equivalent, that we are addicted to our emotions. We're addicted to them. That's why we keep thinking the same thoughts, because we're addicted to the emotion. So we think the thought to bring the emotion up so that we'll get to experience it again. And so we create the same patterns in our life. So I think it's great. I'm so excited that I am getting this finally. That I think I've been doing this science for over 20 years, and I feel like I'm finally really getting it, because there is that thing too, that it is a process. For me, maybe not for everybody. Maybe some people just get it instantaneously, but I bet you even Jesus went through a lot of lifetimes or whatever before he came to be who he was when he came to earth the last time, or who knows, maybe he's here again. I don't know. I don't have a clue. But yeah, I think there's something called spiritual evolution, and I think that that's exactly what's happening right now. And I got discouraged yesterday when I heard there was another shooting somewhere, and it happened to be in my old neighborhood, and I was like, God, Patrick, why do we stand up here every Sunday, we say the same thing. What can we tell these people to give them, some kind of feeling of that everything's going to be okay? And I can't really do that. The only thing I can do is to know that everything's okay right here, and everything's okay within each of you right here if you'll just go there and know that you have everything it takes within you to face whatever's in front of you because of that divine personality that you are, that divine individuality that you are. And like Michelle said in her treatment, it's always available. It's always available, and we can build our life from that place. There's a quote from The Science of Mind where Ernest Holmes says, I just really love this. He says, when things look the worst, that is the supreme moment to demonstrate to ourselves that there are no obstructions to operation of truth. When things look the worst is the best time to work, the most satisfying time. The person who can throw himself with a complete abandon into the limitless sea of receptivity, having cut loose of all apparent moorings, is the one who will always receive the greatest reward. So I thought to myself, why would the worst time be the supreme moment? Why would that be the supreme moment? Just take that. I'm not asking for answers, but why would it be? Why would it be the best time to do our work? Because we need to prove it to ourselves. We need to, if we can't do it then we don't know it. We don't know it at all. If we can't do it when things come up in our life, if we can't go within and actually live what we're saying that we believe, if we can't do it when the things are the worst, then we don't really know it. So maybe it's coming up because something's coming up to be revealed that we don't know, that we need to know. And so that is the best time. And what's the limitless sea of receptivity? It's that divine self, that place where everything is possible in the present moment, in the present moment, in the present moment. And if you can throw yourself into that, if I can throw myself into that place, cutting loose of all moorings, all that stuff that that I was talking about before, all the things that people have told me that are holding me back, lack, limitation, whatever, that I'm not this or I'm not that, I'm too old, blah, 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 blah. If I can let go of all of that, that's like the ache in my body, whatever it is, if I can let go of all that and stay right here and right now and throw myself into the unknown, the limitless sea of possibility, and actually stay there for more than 3 seconds, something might start to happen. And it does, because we know that there's people that have proved this, and I know that I've proved it at moments in my life. And I know that, but what I know is that the theme today is consistency. It takes practice. It takes practice to do this. It's like, you don't, Malia knows it takes practice. We don't just build our body in one moment. We go to the gym and we work on it. Or maybe not. We don't, it takes practice. And it shouldn't be, what's the word? Painful. It should be beautiful. It's so beautiful to get to know our divine self. It's so beautiful because we are. That's why we say it every Sunday. I am magnificent. Because we are. And we have to keep reminding ourselves, because that's the true self. That's the divine individuality. Everything else is a big lie. So, am I going to say it's easy? No, it's not. It's not easy. But we do, as Ernest Tim said, make complexity out of simplicity. If we did really realize how simple it really is and started to tell ourselves it's simple instead of it's hard, guys, it would change. It would start to become simple. Because sometimes things are staring us right in the face and we don't even know they're there because we're looking for something else. We're seeing, that's why perception's so important. So I think it's time to reinvent ourselves. Maybe not. You don't have to. But I think we're always reinventing ourselves. I think no matter which way we look at it, we're always reinventing ourselves. And I see people that are reinventing themselves even when the world tells them, don't reinvent yourself. It's too late. You don't need to do this now. You need to go do this and this and this. No, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. I don't care what anybody told you. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. And it is a decision, and it does take practice, and it's worth it. And I'm so grateful right now that I'm learning how to reinvent myself. I'm just grateful. And I look back at the times when I did reinvent myself and I go, it does work because I've done it before and I'm going to continue to do it because we're never the same. If we think that we are the same, we might as well, as, what was the guy's name? Said, go to the Undertaker. I think it was Emmett Fox who said that. If we don't think we're expanding, then we might as well look. He said something crazy like, go look for the local Undertaker and stop walking, just walk around. If we're not, I think it was Emmett Fox. We are always expanding. We are always changing. We are always getting better and better and better and better. I know that, and I claim it. I announce it, and I accept it on behalf of all of us, and so it is. Maria, go for it.
Knocking on all the doors, everywhere looking for you, exploring all the stars in heaven. Feels like forever I've been calling out your name, wishing to be a torchbearer for your infinite flame. I'm right here, ready to sing my heart out for you. Do all you ever do. I'm a flute waiting to be played by you. And what I'm really trying to say is, please use me in your next love song, and forgive me on until I do no wrong. Maybe I could be in your symphony, and you could play me into ecstasy. Please use me in your next love song. I wonder if I could be one who gets to know your inner sun and that becomes illuminated. Please fill me with your grace. I live to see a smile on your face and be a light in this world. I'm right here ready to sing my heart out for you. Do all you ever do. I'm a flute waiting to be played by you. And what I'm really trying to say is, please use me in your next love song, and forgive me until I do no wrong. Maybe I could be in your symphony, and you could sing me into ecstasy. Please use me in your next love song. I'm right here ready to sing my heart out for you. Do all you ever do. I'm a flute waiting to be played by you. And what I'm really trying to say is, please use me in your next love song, and forgive me until I do no wrong. Maybe you could be in your symphony, and you could play me into ecstasy. Please use me in your next love song.
Wow. I just want to smile for a minute because today just feels really good. So sometimes I just like to just bathe in that ecstasy, that next love song that you so beautifully sang. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. And so I believe in allowing things that happen spontaneously to also be the guiding force. And I love that idea of throwing your programs away, by the way. But before you do. But I like that idea because isn't there something about us that we have, okay, that's the first, then that's the second, and then, have you ever watched it when it goes, for all, nobody in here, but there are people that sometimes like control, and so when that goes off, that just, I had it all, we've done that, we've had it all planned, and then a phone call comes or something happens and it goes against our plan. But that was such a divine moment, Maria, for me, because I just went, wow, I love this. See, I'm one of those people, in case you haven't known, when you go, wow, I had this revelation, and it just, kicked my butt. I'm like, yes, that's wonderful. And they're looking like, it doesn't feel wonderful, Patrick. It doesn't. But I'm so glad that you're getting a lot of excitement and spiritual evolution out of my experience. But I am, because that is what life is. That's what this whole teaching, hello, new thought. New thought. Not one that I have all planned out and it's going to look really good once I get it. Once I get it down there, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But I know there's no micromanagers in here and no control people, so this was like, there's nobody here. But here's what's been happening with me this week about this idea of reinvention. Sometimes that also gives us the idea that maybe something's wrong with us. I got to go reinvent. I've got a flaw. I got to go get this done. No, that's not what it means. We have a power that I've said many times that is moving, a cosmic force that's moving through and has this intention and already let it go when it had your name attached to it. Now that was an invention. Can you imagine? The cosmic force just moving through, and it just pauses for a moment. Patrick, Angela, Adara, keeps going. Rita, Kathleen. I'm not going through all your names. But I do want you to know that the cosmic force, that's what it's doing. It's moving through, and it's not saying, oh, I have this all this programmed out, and oops. There's no such thing as a oops for anyone in this room. I love this this idea of this quote that I found. Rather than trying to reinvent the wheel, build on that which already is excellent. That's what reinvention is. We're not, oh my gosh, if I could just get this reinvented, I'll be really fine on this planet Earth. No, it is not. I said yesterday, every time I have a new idea, a new thought, or a new perspective, I am reinventing, remolding, and reshaping myself. I wanted to share a story today. Usually it's about me, but I decided that I decided to go somewhere else. I was on Facebook. Oh yeah, don't judge me, man. But I had a friend. In an acquaintance, and I actually wrote him in Chicago and asked him if I could share some of it with him, even though it's on Facebook, and once you're on Facebook, it's pretty much public. But I still wanted to get his permission because this gentleman, his name is Michael, and I knew him at USC when we did standardized patient work. That's to help the students have better bedside manners. How's that working thus far? I don't know. But that's where we met one another. And he was kind of a conservative, and he might be watching, so he'll go, oh my God, that's what you thought of me when I... But he was an actor, but he was very conservative, and we weren't best friends, but we were acquaintances. And he was really a nice gentleman, and I think I met him when he had divorced, was going through a divorce. Anyway, he moved away, and I started seeing pictures of him on Facebook, and he's growing his hair a little longer. And I was thinking, wow, this guy's letting loose. And all of a sudden, every time I saw something, it looked different to me. Hair was getting down to here. There was a life inside of these pictures that I was like, wow, Michael, what's going on with Michael? Well, what was going on with Michael was that his divine feminine nature was wanting to be known as a woman. He was wanting to tell the truth. And he said, he wrote it, but I didn't want to do it. I want to let it come from my heart. He's a 4 to 6-year-old boy thinking that God made a mistake. You know I can never get up here without laughing or crying, so just go with me on this one. Here's the deal. So Michael's a 4 to, and he said he didn't get it till 3 suicide attempts later, 4 nervous breakdowns, and turning 40 before he was daring enough to say, give me the frickin' hormones, man. Give me my reinvention. Let me reinvent. And then here's the good news, and I wrote back and forth with him last night. He wasn't reinventing anything. He was allowing that beautiful, beautiful expression to come forth. He was trapped in a jail that didn't belong to him, a house that didn't belong to him. And all his life he believed God had made a mistake, and if only God could find out about it and redo it, then he would be okay to reinvent him. So when I wrote him, I said, Michael, I'm doing a talk about reinvention tomorrow, but you have definitely taught me that there was nothing to reinvent. There was only something to come out and let be known about who he truly is. And you know, the transgender community, the whatever community we want to separate ourselves by calling it this and calling it that, the gay community, the straight community, oh dear God. One community, man. One. Let's get in here and do it. Do you know how much we can learn from a man who went through that and said, I am a woman now? Do you know how much we can learn about our own lives about that? Oh my God, we can learn so much. Because let me tell you, I've never wanted to be a woman. I don't think. Oh my God. And oh, look at how they turn. I always called him balanced, but
You did say you would always change.
Woohoo! But here's what I know about that. I want to know how many of us in this room can't share that story with Michael. May not be about wanting to be a woman. It may not be. How many times have we held back who we are for society, for our parents, for our children? It doesn't matter. When I read this one little thing, I thought, we all have something to share with this gentleman. And my cousin, by the way, who also, has went through it and still going through. I don't know enough to be educated enough, but I do know one thing, that what's behind it is God. And it's behind it is love. And we have no business, as Rita was talking about, the lies that we tell ourselves, or the parts of us that think we're a mistake, or that I made a mistake, or that I was any of that. No. There is something so divine. Anytime that we're saying, I am not spirit, I am not God, I am only human, we wouldn't survive a moment being just human, by the way. People have undergone incredible things that I know this body probably could not handle. So if Michael is watching today, I want us to give him a round of applause for being so daring. And my cousin Sarah as well. It says the journey, David Rudberg says, the journey of reinvention is one of raw emotions, emerging from dormancy, surprising as a paper cut, overwhelming as a hailstorm. One part vulnerability, one part rage, one part surrender. The journey of reinvention is one of raw emotions, emerging from dormancy, surprising as a paper cut, overwhelming as a hailstorm. One part vulnerability, one part rage, one part surrender. Sometimes we get this spiritual idea that we get to bypass. This idea of anger, or we get to bypass rage. It either is or it isn't. Right? How you guys feeling right now, by the way? Okay? Yeah, just checking in with you. That's how I rock here, It can go a little deep. And this stuff about feeling, it's really okay. We have been shoving down our feelings for so long that we sometimes wouldn't know the feeling if it came and hit us in the face. And sometimes it does it not? Yeah. Uh-huh. Wow. What I love about silence, if you knew me, and you do know me, I grew up where that was very awkward. Have you ever been there? You've been in some silence and you're thinking, for God's sake, somebody say something. And sometimes just living in the silence is so informative, can tell us so much. Steve Chandler says, help me to believe the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it may be. Help me to believe the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it may be. We've been sidestepping a little here and there about living from that place of beauty, of it all. And now we've arrived, right? We've arrived. So what do we do with all of that? We just keep doing it. It was brought up last week about our beautiful 13 Thai, the soccer team. For those of you who don't know, were pulled out of the flooding caves over in Thailand. And we thought about it, and it was so great I was able to say, wow, look what they did. They invented tools to get these people out. And I wanted to celebrate, because I don't believe we're celebrating enough. We're certainly telling what's not going on that's not so right. We got that down. But what's going right? How are we as we already are here? And someone said, well, what would you have said had they not made it? Oh, the media. This is what I would have said. I would have still celebrated these beautiful, beautiful lives that have nowhere even close to being dead, because there's no such thing. But here's the other point. They didn't. They did come through. And we are celebrating it. Michael, my friend, Sarah, my cousin, they are coming through the dark tunnel that they felt like they were drowning. Sometimes we're in our darkness so much that we feel like we're drowning. And we drown it with whatever. But then that day comes when you see the light. And so, you know what? I don't know about you, but when I've been in darkness of any kind, it's usually not a floodlight. It's just a little pin that says, keep going. I'm here. Keep going. I'm here. And not to bring us all down, but I'm going to end with a quote from Tony Robbins. Because we were like on this thing, and then you're going, and I'm like going, Patrick, don't. But I want to. And my inner child, who I've been nurturing quite a bit lately, has been getting his way. He says, I am a kid, and I've used this before, I am a kid from Azusa, California, who did not have any certainty. But I was certain of one thing. I was not about to grow up and have a family that was going to go through what I went through. And so I constructed this thing called Tony Robbins. I constructed him. I created him. Oh, he was me. But I still built this thing called Tony Robbins. And what I liked about it was he didn't say, I abandoned Tony Robbins. He took the powerful Tony Robbins that was waiting to be expressed, just like Michael's ready for people, this wonderful being to be expressed. So we're not throwing out anything, but we are adding in and from that place of absolute unity and love. Thank you. And what I want to thank you for is this. Thank you for letting me, Patrick, be Patrick. Authenticity is probably one of the greatest gifts we can ever give to one another. All the other stuff is fine. Money's fine. Money's fine. Money's fine. Did I mention money's okay? I mean, I just want... But authenticity and being yourself and daring, as someone said today to me, about sometimes that I kind of open up, and I go, look, this is what's inside, Patrick. But I want to thank you for that. Because not everywhere you go do you feel safe enough to do that. But we're safe here. We're safe. To come out of a closet, to come out of a tunnel, to come out of anywhere, to be the lights that we are. So that I thank you for. And thank yourself. I love you.
There are times when I found myself in unexpected places. Please lead me and guide me toward you. So in times when I found myself in unexpected places, I'll be home everywhere inside of you. I love you, thank you for loving me. 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 There are times when I see what seem to be unfamiliar faces. Oh, and I've forgotten where we've come from. So in times when I may forget familiar faces, please help me remember we are all one. I love you, thank you for loving me. 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 This is everything that I have always waited for. With you here in my life, how could I ever ask for more? Oh, how I've been waiting, contemplating, not sure what to do. I must have been afraid of you. I wanna tell you how I feel now, and I've been trying, but I don't know how. I'm so grateful we are finally together. I just wanna be wrapped up in your arms forever and ever and ever, forever and ever. I love you, thank you for loving me. 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 I love you, thank you for loving me.
Thank you. Okay, well, this is our time of circulation. No, we're not doing aerobics. We're going to be doing the collection. And you know what? I love the word collection and some people don't because it, triggers, words, words, words. But what I love about it is what are we doing? We're just collecting consciousness always, whether it be in the form of money, whether it be, did I mention money's okay? Or in love or in anything that's moving through and as us. There's no price tag on any of us, that's for sure, because we are always unlimited. And for anyone who's new, I just want to let you know that CSL Kauai does take 10% of everything, and we let it go immediately out into the world because that is what law of circulation is. So thank you for everything. Thank you for the online wonderful people who help support our vision here. And I just say thank you. Thank you for everything you bring, all your gifts. So we call it our investment, sacred investment affirmation. Please join with me. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes out love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life, and the world. And so it is.
Do you want to hold it this time?
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have.
And right here in this moment, there is just so many blessings. It's overflowing. This is God in action. And I bless it knowing that it just goes forth from here to heal, prosper, and bless everyone, everywhere. And together we affirm it. And so it is.
Thank you. Okay, I think we have some children.
We
some
do,
love
and we have.
beings, and
That's not
someone
Janice,
new
that's
helping
Sue
us.
Buckley
It's
coming
Sue
in.
Buckley.
Oh, who's with
Yay!
Yay!
Let's thank Sue for taking over for Janice today and George. Thank you, Sue. Where's the rest of your troops?
We have one down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ruby's on crutches. Ruby's on crutches. She hurt her foot and does not feel comfortable coming up, and that's totally cool. But I brought her artwork I'm representing. So for this moment, I'm Ruby, and this is Lily.
Hey, Lily.
And let
Hey,
me tell
Ruby.
you, doing the Children's Center with siblings is fascinating. Do you want to talk about what we did? Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Today we talked about our inner weather report. Yeah, and obviously related it to our emotions, what we're feeling inside, and described it in weather. So you can hold up your poster. Calm, cloudy, sunny, and stormy. And this is Ruby's. Isn't it great?
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so we did a lot of discussion about how it feels inside our bodies, what it feels like to be stormy. And we also talked about how we can feel more than one emotion at the same time. And it was really interesting. We had a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun. What can I say?
And it's interesting, Lily and Ruby. We actually
And Sue.
And Sue, did you know that we actually talked about some of the same things too, and we didn't even talk to each other about that, and we did out here too. Isn't that spontaneous? I'll go now.
Don't put me on the spot. So
I'll go now, Lily.
no, don't go
we
yet.
have to-
We have to tell you who you are. All right, are you ready?
Sometimes it works and sometimes
Where
it
is it?
Okay, ready?
Ready? It's in your program, I hope. You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. And so it is.
There we
Thank
go.
you. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Lily. All right, good. All right, so, yay. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't put it in your words. Oh, okay. So here we are. We're ready to bring our practitioners up for the day. Who is serving today?
Who would like to
Reverend
serve?
Diane,
Rob.
Dr. Peggy, Rima, Malia. Oh, wow. Rob in the back there. We got quite a crew.
We do
All
have
right.
a crew.
So if something's come up for you or something you want to know more about, more goodness about, come call on these wonderful people up here. They're practitioners. That means that they know the truth for you. They're consciousness on demand. So if something's going on in your life, they will turn it around by knowing the truth and directing that power or that energy, that source, the law on your behalf through their spiritual mind treatment. If you want anything more than a spiritual mind treatment, because this is very quick, if you want to have a session, we do have practitioner sessions and minister sessions, and we have a brochure in the back that explains all about what that is. So take advantage of that too. It is a healing process.
And we also have our box back there that we always have. It's not a wish box, it's a knowing box. So we know the absolute truth, so if you want to write it down, put it in there. But we have something new coming to CSL Kauai, and that's our phone line. You can call us anytime for a treatment or whatever, but we're actually going to design one of the lines so that you can just pop in and say, you know what, I could use a little backup here. 10-4, treatment, and put it on the line, and we will get it to the practitioners, or we'll do it immediately. But we're just going to add that on in the next couple weeks. So we thought, perfect.
We decided that at our practitioner meeting.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I think we're good.
I think we are. Shall we get to our feet?
Yes. And I think we're singing Away.
If you'll go to the front of your program.
Away, away, so much loving in the world. Away, away, so much loving in the world. Living together as one, under the golden sun. Living together as one, under the golden sun. Blow Makani, cleanse my soul. Blow Makani, cleanse my soul.
It's me. All right, I'm here. I don't know why.
Throw
I
your
thought I was
programs
doing it.
away.
Okay, throw them away. Okay, so what I know right here and right now, I am consciousness on demand, and what my consciousness knows right now is wholeness and gratitude for each and every person here, for this beautiful time we've had together, for all the energy that we brought here and that we've increased as we've just sat here and been with each other. And I'm grateful for everyone who served today, beginning with Michelle for her announcements and her beautiful meditation and treatment. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the Malama team, DJ, Angela, and Stephanie, thank you for greeting everybody with your love. And for Rob, who so diligently and passionately, and God, he spent so much time getting this new computer up. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. And to Jonathan back there for doing our sound and making sure that we are heard. To Jai, who brought the flowers today, I believe. Yes, and flowers that are still left over from last week from Peter and Arlena. But Jai, thank you for bringing that. That was a beautiful surprise. And to Ron Stover and Charles and whoever else is doing hospitality today, I say thank you, mahalo, for serving us and nurturing and nourishing us. And to Roseanne and the bookstore, and to Sue Buckley, oh my God, thank you for taking over today and having such a wonderful lesson with the children. And Maria, thank you for your music at all times. And Louise, for consistently just keeping that beat going. Thank you, the beat that never stops. I am so grateful to Deb and Roseanne for being our collection stewards today, and to just everybody online who joined us today, everybody here. I'm grateful, 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 grateful for this wonderful time we've had together, knowing that we take this energy now, this beautiful, gorgeous energy of love, this amazing God energy, and we take it out into our lives and actually use it. And I know and claim that we do that, and that it is a wonderful experience, a wonderful week. So I am grateful, and with that gratitude, I just release my word. I let it go as we affirm together, and so it is.
Away, away, so much loving in the world. Away, away, so much loving in the world. Living together as one. Under the golden sun, living together as one. Under the golden